Welcome to the Property Talk, where we make sense of the real estate industry. And set with me is Gerald from Pool Doctors. Gerald, I'm going to dive right into the questions, and then along the way, we can get to know who exactly Pool Doctors is, because the name is fascinating. Pool Doctors, it has a catch to it, because there are questions I get on the show about pools, maintenance, how to handle them, what to do about them, and all that. What are the key factors you consider when setting up a pool?
So when setting up a pool, we consider the aesthetics of the location,
Yes, please.
where the customer wants that pool, and also the function it is going to serve. Some people want recreational swimming pools, some it is for home, just relaxation, and some are for wellness. So it depends with those factors.
Yes.
We also consider the topography. If you want your pool on top of a building, if you want it in an area that is swampy, dealing with it is different. All those are different. We also consider security and safety. Some areas you need burglars. It depends when we are dealing with a school. A school has different requirements than a hotel. Because a hotel, they will have a lifeguard 24/7. A school might just lock it off. Yes. So we consider all those.
Where we're filming from is Casa Solada, and this is their pool area. So if such a pool, the way it was set up, is this recommended for pools?
So some of the things you have to consider, this pool is locked away. It has one entrance.
So that makes it secure.
It makes it secure. Unauthorized access. They can easily see whoever is coming, so kids cannot wander off. Other things you have to look at, that is for safety. That's also the rules on the wall. Those are some of the things you have to consider when you're creating a pool. So everyone that walks in can read the rules, the safety rules. Also, where people sit, there's distance from the pool.
What are the common materials that you use in pool construction that may affect its longevity or affect the flow and the usage of the pool?
Things that can affect, we start with if the plan was done wrong before you even go to the materials.
Yes.
If the plan was done wrong and the measurements were not right, depending on where you're going to put it, some pools sink in, especially in swamps, and those on top of buildings because of the support. So when you are looking at, especially at the tiles, we use waterproof grout to make sure that water does not bleach and go into the concrete. We put concrete underneath. And also the steel bars you're using, the tiles. Then we have other equipments like the pump and the sand filter. Those have to be very on point, because it affects the user in long term. If you use a poor pump, they will have to be working on buying a filter, servicing it, and maintaining it. And currently we have new technology. Everything is changing. Some of these are automated right now. You can set it and it filters at this time. The pump goes on at this time. So those are key when you're making a pool that you want to retain for a longer period of time. The pump, the sand filter, then these other equipments, the pipe, will they manage the pressure or they will burst? And some of these things are underground. So when they burst, you have to dig the whole thing out. So you have to consider some of those.
What is the difference between above ground and below ground pools?
Okay, so those are terms we use when we are making pools.
Yes.
So this is on the surface.
Yes.
It is on the ground.
Okay. So this is below ground, above ground, or ground?
On ground. So then there's above ground, where we suppose there was a floor on a hotel and you want your pool to be on that level. So that the difference is the supports. This one is supported by the ground, so there's not much support needed. But if you're putting it on top of a building, the support has to be worth to support it. Yes, it has to be able to contain the pressure and also the weight of the materials and the water. Then underground is usually the surface is elevated and it is down. We only do those when a client has the fencing and the water can be contained, especially when it rains. We have to make a special arrangement. So we advise, if you cannot contain it long term, we can advise you and make a different kind of pool. So again, on the types of pools, we have what we call skimmers, and we have overflows and infinity pools. So after identifying that you want it on top of the building, you want it on the ground, or it has to be under, then we dive deep into those. So the skimmers, here they have skimmers, two of them. It depends on the type of the pool and how long it is going to last. They help especially when it rains and the water increases.
Yes.
Also when it reduces. So the skimmers also, there's that overflow. It also does the same thing when the water increases and when it decreases. So the infinity, we all know, the water looks as if
it's flowing over.
Yes, that is also another type of pool.
What are the latest trends and technology in swimming pools?
The AI and automation now, some people can control their pools on their phones. Their fountains can be controlled on phone. Now we have new technology, and these gadgets are smaller, but they do a lot more than what they used to do, and they consume less electricity than what we used to have previously. So those are some of the things. So we have LED lights now in the swimming pools. You used to have like 4 lights in the swimming pool. If you want 4 colors, right now you can use 1 light and it gives you 4 colors, or even more. And then if you want a whole LED strip around your pool, we can do it now. Those are things that could not happen 10, 15 years back. So there's improvement, and it is cheaper. You find that now everyone can afford to run an electricity bill for a swimming pool. Before it used to be hotels. Even if you could afford to build it, but you could not sustain the electricity bill. So now these equipments, the pump utilize little electricity. Now everyone can afford that. By the time you want to construct it, we show you how the options we have, which are saving. So some people would want a bigger pump that is not worth
their pool.
It is going to take quite a lot of electricity
and management and maintenance. Yet you don't need it.
We can give you something that is going to last way more, and then
yet cost effective. What mistakes are people making when they're setting up pools today?
First thing is the contract. So before you even think about the style of the pool you want, the fashion, the design, do thorough checks on the contractor. If you can reach out to him, reach out to also his clients. What has he done before? Because he will advise you and also teach you everything that you have to know about the pool. That is the first one. The second one is we have also a perspective of what worked for the other building also has to work for me. You might have a property where your pool cannot be at the front of your door, and some people it is okay. So when you come here and you have that perspective in mind, we can do something way better, nice looking, realistic, long lasting, but it does not have that feature. Because here we do not have wind. So those are some of the things customers have in mind that might destroy the whole project. And by the time it is finished, you almost want to change your mind.
What advice would you give to people to enhance security when it comes to pools? We have had parents who have lost the lives of their children to swimming pools. We have had people who have had swimming pools and lost loved ones and said in the pool, pool. What assurance do I have that, because I've had issues with tiles in properties whereby tiles start to crack?
When you come to pool doctors, we give you a guarantee of 10 years. We ship the right equipment for that job. So you should not have any complaints when it comes to that. So we are making sure we serve the same quality
those before
you. As those before us. So we also sell the equipment for those that do build and construct swimming pools, saunas, spas. The price is cheaper. They can come and buy from us.
Now, as we get to the conclusion, who is Pool Doctor? I want to know. The name is interesting.
So Pool Doctor has been in the real estate market doing construction of swimming pools, saunas, spas, and water-related wells for about 10 years. We are located at Karl Marx Building, Bombo Road, shop number D04.
It was a pleasure having you. I've learned so much about pools today. It's enlightening. Thank you. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you too for having me.